अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं न्यूयॉर्क से मोहसिन ज़हीर। कोरोना वायरस के फैलाव के हवाले से आज अमेरिका से जो अपडेट मैं आपको देने जा रहा हूं, ये बहुत अहमियत की हामिल है। बिलखुसूस ये हमारी लोकल अमेरिकन ऑडियंस के लिए और इमिग्रेंट कम्युनिटीज़ के लिए बहुत अहमियत की हामिल है। कोरोना वायरस की वजह से जहां हम एक भारी जानी नुकसान बर्दाश्त कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पर इस वबा की वजह से एक भारी माली नुकसान भी बर्दाश्त करना पड़ रहा है और हर रोज़ उसमें इजाफ़ा हो रहा है। अमेरिका में वाशिंगटन में कांग्रेस और वाइट हाउस की सतह पर ऐसे इक़दाम किए गए हैं कि जिनकी वजह से ये जो नुकसान है इसके कुछ अजाले की कोशिश की जा रही है। आज के इस प्रोग्राम में हम आपको ये बताएंगे कि जो पब्लिक बेनिफिट्स हैं और जो इकनॉमिक असिस्टेंस के लिए कोशिशें हो रही हैं वो आपके लिए क्या मायने रखती हैं। इस हवाले से अमेरिका में एथनिक मीडिया सर्विसेज के हम मशकूर हैं, जिन्होंने एथनिक कम्युनिटी के मीडिया के लिए एक बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस अरेंज की मुल्क की सतह पर, और मुझे भी उसमें ऑनलाइन शिरकत का मौका मिला। और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में IRS की डिप्टी कमिश्नर समेत जो इमिग्रेशन अमूर को एम्प्लॉयमेंट बेनिफिट्स के हवाले से और पब्लिक बेनिफिट्स के हवाले से जो मुख्तलिफ शोबाए ज़िंदगी से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले एक्सपर्ट्स थे, वो यहाँ पर मौजूद थे इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में। और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जो कार्रवाई हुई वो बड़ी अहमियत की हामिल है। आज का ये प्रोग्राम कुछ तवील दौरानिए का ज़रूर है, लेकिन इस प्रोग्राम में हम आपको बताएंगे कि पब्लिक बेनिफिट्स के हवाले से और जो माली इमदाद आपको मिलने जा रही है वो आपको कैसे मिलेगी, और बहुत से ऐसे सवाल जो यकीनी तौर पर आप लोग हमसे और दूसरों से पूछ रहे हैं उसके जवाब भी देंगे। सबसे पहले मेरे पास ये वो IRS की आज में जो प्रेस रिलीज़ मौजूद हुई मिली वो हैं, और बहुत सी मालूमात जो हैं जो मैंने कुछ अपने तौर पर रिसर्च करके निकाली है, जिनसे वो सवालात जो कि आपके ज़हनों में मौजूद हैं उनके जवाब लेने की हमने कोशिश की। तो सबसे पहले लोग ये पूछ रहे हैं कि जो कैश असिस्टेंस या माली इमदाद वफाकी हुकूमत की जानब से शहरियों को दी जा रही है, इसके कौन अहल हैं, कौन इसके अहल नहीं है, और जो आमदन है उसकी लिमिट क्या है, और इसी तरह मुख्तलिफ जो सवालात हैं वो हैं। तो इस वक्त इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में हमें IRS की डिप्टी कमिश्नर सर्विसेज एंड एनफोर्समेंट सुनीता लो ने हमें जो बताया बहुत से मामलात के हवाले से, वो हम उनकी बात सुनते हैं। सुनीता लो ने अपनी इस गुफ्तगू में बताया कि कौन लोग जो कैश असिस्टेंस हैं उसके अहल हैं और कौन नहीं है, और कितनी आमदन वाले लोगों को ये मदद मिलेगी और कितने अरसे के लिए मिलेगी। आइए देखते हैं।
I'll walk through in a few minutes who is eligible, who is not eligible, what do you need to do to get your, if anything, what do you need to do, if anything, to get your economic impact payments. So who is eligible? It's US residents can receive an economic impact payment of up to $1,200 for individuals or head of households, or $2,400 for married filing jointly. But they both taxpayers need to have the Social Security number, like Carrie just said, except for one exception. If you're a military spouse, you have a Social Security number and your spouse has an I-10, then you're eligible. That's the only exception. Otherwise, both, if it's the head of household, the head of household has to have a Social Security number. If it's two joint, then both have to have a Social Security number. And of course, the dependents do too. So there's an income limit. It's $75,000 for individuals, $112,500 for head of households, and $150,000 for married. And it's not a cliff. So after that, there's a reduction in amount. And I'm not going to go through that in the interest of time. So I just talked about who is eligible, and I'll go a little bit more on who is not eligible. Is if you exceed the income limit, you are not eligible, or the amount is reduced. You're not eligible if you can be claimed as a dependent on someone else's return. So for example, this would include a child or student, older dependent that can be claimed on a parent's return. So if the child is on a parent's return, the child cannot file or will receive a separate $1,200. Or you do not have a valid Social Security number, you're not eligible. You're a non-resident alien, you're not eligible. You filed a Form 1040-NR or 1040-PR or 1040-SS for 2019. So I mentioned how much it is worth. It is after $75,000, there's a reduction of $5 for each 100 above the $75,000. So the other question we receive a lot is, do people have to take any action to receive this economic impact statement? For most taxpayers, which is a vast majority of taxpayers, they do not need to take any action. What the statute requires us to do is look at the 2019 return, to look at the AGI and the filing status. If there is no 2019 return, look at the 2018 return to do that. So if we have either a 2018 return or 2019 return, no, the taxpayers don't need to do anything. If we have direct deposit information in either the 2018 return or the 2019 return, the amount will be sent to the individuals or along with the dependent. The EIPs will be sent directly to their bank account. They don't need to do anything. They will receive their payments in their bank account based on the direct deposit information we have on the file returns. Those who do not have, for whom we do not have direct deposit information, and they're usually people who owed us money rather than a refund, we will issue a paper check, but the paper checks take a long time. So what we are doing, and we should have a web app ready to go a little after April 15th. I'm guessing April 17th or shortly thereafter, called Where is my economic impact payment? Which is very similar to Where is my refund? You go on irs.gov, go to that, you can click on it, put your Social Security number, and you can find out where your economic impact payment is. So you know when it is coming or if you've received it. If you did not give us a direct deposit information in their last two returns, 2018, 2019, you can put in your direct deposit information. So go as soon as the web app opens, give us the direct deposit information. You will get your money faster than receiving a check. So I hope this is clear. So instead, because checks take time, if people want to go in and put their bank information, they can go into this web app, Where is my economic impact payment, which is not there right now. It will be April 17th, to go put their direct deposit information. For people who get the SSA, who are on Social Security or railroad retirement benefits, they get retirements, they do not need to do anything. We and the fiscal services have their direct deposit information. We will send them a $1,200, assuming, we'll just send them a $1,200 economic impact payment. Now, who has to do something? People who are non-filers, people who fall under the taxable income, where they are under the standard deduction and did not need to legally file a return. We are creating a free file, the Free File Alliance, where people can go file their return for free based on their income. We should have that up and running in a couple days, where people can go in and give us very little amount of information, your name, your Social Security number, some authentication, and your direct deposit if you have a bank, and give us that information, and we will send either their payments through direct deposit or through a check if they don't give us the direct deposit information. So there are a number of people who don't file a return legally. They're not required to file a return because their taxable income is below the standard deduction. We do not have information on those folks. So we really ask them to go into irs.gov next week. If not, we should have the Free File, working with Free File Alliance, we should have that information. People should be able to go in and provide us their information so they will get the economic impact payments.
अब हम आपको ये बताते हैं कि कैश असिस्टेंस के लिए आप घर बैठे हैं, आपको कोई एक्शन लेने की ज़रूरत है, कोई इक़दाम करने की ज़रूरत है या नहीं, इस सवाल का जवाब भी हम डिप्टी कमिश्नर IRS सुनीता लो से सुनते हैं.
So we are hoping that the direct deposits will be out by, the people should have their money in their direct deposit accounts by April 17th or 18th, something like that. The checks will go out in lumps, starting with certain AGIs. But again, if you have a bank account and you haven't provided the direct deposit information to the IRS, you can go on the IRS website, which will be up and about the same time as direct deposit, like April 17th. You can give us your direct deposit information and the money will go out much faster.
जो ही ये मामलात अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ पैदा हुई तो जो फ्रॉडियाँ हैं वो भी साथ सरगर्म अमल हो गए हैं, तो उनसे भी बाखबर रहने की ज़रूरत है. ये देखें, ये इनकी बात सुनें.
Is watch out for scams. There are scams and fraudsters out there right now. We have our criminal investigation and our Inspector General looking at it. So please do not give your private information to anybody who says, I can get the payment from the IRS for you. That's really important to us. Thank you.
एक और सवाल बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि ये जो 1200 या 2400 डॉलर आपको मिलेंगे हुकूमत की जानब से, ये कितने अरसे मिलते रहेंगे? आया एक माह मिलते रहेंगे या एक से ज़ायद माह मिलते रहेंगे? इस सवाल का जवाब भी देखें.
And is this a one-time payment?
It's a one-time payment by statute.
एक और बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट सवाल हमसे लोगों ने पूछा कि इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उठाया गया कि जो ऐसे अमरीकी शहरी जो इस वक्त अमेरिका में मौजूद नहीं, अमेरिका से बाहर हैं, आया ये वफाकी हुकूमत की जानब से जो माली इमदाद दी जा रही है ये उनको भी मिलेगी या नहीं? सो डिप्टी कमिश्नर IRS क्या कहती हैं, आइए देखते हैं.
So US citizens who are outside the country, if they don't need to do anything, if they file their 2018-2019 return. We have their information. If we just not direct deposit, they will get a check. It'll be in their house when they are able to come back. So if you're a filer, if you were not under the taxable income, they don't need to do anything.
Okay.
एक बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट सवाल ये भी पैदा हुआ कि जो बिजनेस ओनर्स हैं, आया या जो सिंगल बिजनेस ओनर है जो सिर्फ बिजनेस में एक वही खुद भी काम भी करें, आया वो जो बिजनेस ओनर हैं वो एम्प्लॉयमेंट इंश्योरेंस के हवाले से कोई क्लेम कर सकते हैं या नहीं? तो इस हवाले से इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जो एक्सपर्ट थे, आइए उनसे उनकी राय जानते हैं, वो क्या कहते हैं.
Got it. What about unemployment, Sebastian? This was a question that somebody was asking you, and maybe you already answered privately, but do business owners have a right for unemployment if they lose their business?
No, you have to be an employee to be eligible for unemployment assistance. As a small business owner, even if, let's say, you're the only worker, you'd still have to pursue assistance through the SBA loans or other loan forgiveness programs. You have to have an employee relationship.
बहुत से लोग ये सवाल भी पूछते हैं कि जो अमेरिका में ऐसे गैर कानूनी तारकिन वतन या ऐसे तारकिन वतन जो कि अभी लीगल परमानेंट रेजिडेंट या सिटीज़न नहीं बने, बल्कि वो एक पाइपलाइन में है, जैसा कि डाका स्टेटस के हामिल लोग हैं, TPS स्टेटस के हामिल लोग हैं या दूसरे जो लोग हैं, आया US कांग्रेस की जानब से जो पैकेज मंजूर किया गया है उसका इनके लिए क्या मायने हैं? इनको कोई उससे फ़ायदा या कोई पैसे वगैरह या कोई मदद मिलेगी या नहीं? तो इस सिलसिले में हम जवाब सुनते हैं डायरेक्टर ऑफ फेडरल एडवोकेसी इमिग्रेशन हब कैरी टेलबोर्ट का.
So the bills that have passed Congress so far have not provided enough economic support or health coverage for immigrants, including those who have DACA, TPS, and others. We're really concerned that during this crisis, people are not going to be able to access the health care that they need because they are not covered by emergency Medicaid. We really need to make sure that everyone has access to testing and treatment. Citizens, people here with green cards, DACA folks, those with temporary protected status, and the undocumented, they all need to be able to go get tested and treated. Without that, we're just putting all of our communities at risk. So that's one of our main asks for the next package, because in the first few bills, there was a state option for Medicaid, but it did not cover undocumented immigrants, and it also didn't even cover recent green card holders or people with DACA and TPS. So that's one of the major asks. In addition, we are hoping that cash payments would go to immigrant families. Right now, as is the case with these past bills, they don't cover families that are in mixed status. So for example, if one parent is undocumented and one parent is a citizen and the kids are citizens, that family is not getting any money, not one penny, because there are undocumented people in the family. And so at the very least, Congress needs to make sure that people who were born here, they're citizens, they should have access to cash payments. And we believe undocumented individuals should as well. So many are doing essential services. You know, we have farm workers, we have people working in stores and restaurants, doing deliveries, and healthcare workers, and we need to make sure these folks are able to pay their rent and able to stay in their homes.
एक और सवाल बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि बहुत से लोग ऐसे कॉरपोरेशंस में, ऐसे ऑफिसेस में काम करते थे कि जहाँ पे वो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इंश्योरेंस फ़ाइल कर सकते हैं. सो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इंश्योरेंस कौन लोग फ़ाइल कर सकते हैं और कौन नहीं कर सकते, किन को मिलेगी और कितने अरसे के लिए मिलेगी? इस सवाल का जवाब हमें जो कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, मीडिया कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई, उसमें मिस्टर सेबेस्टियन सेंचेज ने दिया, जो कि स्टाफ अटर्नी हैं एम्प्लॉयमेंट राइट्स प्रोजेक्ट के. सो आइए इस सवाल का जवाब जानते हैं.
Unemployment benefits, generally to be eligible for those benefits, you have to have left your job by no fault of your own. And if it was a voluntary departure, you must have had some sort of good cause for having left it. You also have to be available to work, and you have to be able to work. And finally, you have to be looking for work while you're receiving unemployment benefits. You have to certify every 2 weeks that you are meeting these eligibility requirements. For undocumented immigrants, because they don't have employment authorization from the federal government, they are not able and available to work. So there is a strict limit. Undocumented immigrants, whether or not they've been paying taxes, whether or not they have an ITIN, are simply not going to be eligible for any unemployment benefits. This includes all of the supplemental benefits that were passed through the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Right? That act provided 3 different additions to normal unemployment assistance. There's the pandemic unemployment compensation, which is the $600 additional per week that people receiving unemployment insurance will be receiving. I think that even though it took effect April 1st, it's only towards the end of this week that state agencies will finally be able to start delivering that payment to families. They had to wait for the Department of Labor to issue guidelines, which came out over the weekend, and now state agencies have to update their websites and their capacity to deliver this additional funding.
गुज़श्ता दिनों ट्रंप इंतज़ामिया की जानब से फेडरल चार्ज का रूल बनाया गया, जो कि अब नाफिज़ुल अमल है, और इस रूल के तहत कोई भी शख्स जो अभी अमेरिका में परमानेंट रेजिडेंट नहीं बना या बनने जा रहा है, वो अगर मखसूस किस्म के पब्लिक बेनिफिट्स यूज़ करता है तो वो उस ग्रीन कार्ड के लिए या इमिग्रेंट स्टेटस के लिए नाअहल हो जाएगा. सो पब्लिक चार्ज का इस मौके पर इस्तेमाल, जबकि पूरी दुनिया एक बड़ी माली मुश्किलात का शिकार हो गई है, मैं अमेरिकन्स की बात कर रहा हूँ, इमिग्रेंट्स की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो आया अगर वो ऐसे बेनिफिट्स यूज़ करते हैं, हेल्थ बेनिफिट्स या पब्लिक बेनिफिट्स, सो पब्लिक चार्ज का जो रूल इस वक्त मौजूद और नाफिजुल अमल है, उसका क्या मतलब होगा? इस हवाले से कॉन्फ्रेंस में जो तफसीली जवाब दिया वो मिस्टर डैनियल टर्नर ने जवाब दिया, जो कि इस सिलसिले में एक खुसूसी महारत रखते हैं।
We need to ensure publicly funded health insurance. We need to make sure that everyone, whether documented or undocumented, has access to care. And that is not just for the pandemic, but if you look at it in the pandemic that we're currently in, you really cannot contain a virus that's spreading across the world if you're saying that only some of these people can have easy access to the care that they need. What we're doing is public charge is a public health threat, and it just needs to stop right now. Anything less than that is going to affect all of us, and it sometimes, in situations like a pandemic, we realize that we're all connected, and in order to really contain this, we're going to have to make sure that everybody has equal access to care. We need to stop detainment of immigrants who are seeking health care. ICE is already supposed to have known not to be in places where people might be seeking care for whatever illness that they may have, but reports have shown that they have intercepted migrants who are seeking care based on their documentation, and that needs to stop. We need to eliminate overcrowding in our jails and in our detention centers. This is, like my previous example, this is just an opportunity for the virus to take hold and spread throughout the country.
कोरोना वायरस की जो केसेस अमेरिका में सामने आए, इनका जब मुताला किया गया तो ये एक बात नोट की गई, जो कम्युनिटीज़ ऑफ कलर हैं, जिनमें हम अफ्रो अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी या स्पेनिश कम्युनिटी के लोगों को, या इवन जो हमारी कम्युनिटी के जो आम इमिग्रेंट कम्युनिटीज़ के लोग हैं वो भी शामिल हैं, उनमें मुतासरीन की और अमवात की तादाद ज़्यादा हुई। इसकी क्या वजह है? इस हवाले से एक खुसूसी तज्ज़िया पेश किया कॉन्फ्रेंस में डॉक्टर टंग ने, और डॉक्टर टंग यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया से उनका ताल्लुक़ है। सो देखते हैं डॉक्टर टंग क्या कहते हैं कि ये डिस्पैरिटी कोरोना के फैलाव के केसेस के दौरान अमेरिका में क्यों देखने के लिए आई?
One really important thing I want to focus on this particular briefing is that there are some very stark and alarming disparities emerging in places that are actually reporting COVID-19 data by race. In Chicago, 52% of the COVID-19 cases and 69% of the deaths are among Black residents, who make up only 30% of the city's population. Only 14% of Michigan's population is Black, but 33% of the cases and 41% of the deaths. In Louisiana, 70% of the deaths statewide are among Black residents, and they only make up 32% of the state's population. And similar sort of disparities are coming out of North Carolina, Washington, D.C., and Milwaukee. I don't have data for other race and ethnic groups, so one other thing that you could do is continue to ask your local Department of Public Health to collect and report data on COVID by race and ethnicity.
कॉन्फ्रेंस में डॉक्टर स्टेसी वॉल्टन भी मौजूद थीं, और डॉक्टर स्टेसी वॉल्टन ने एथनिक मीडिया को ये बताया कि कोरोना वायरस के दौरान जो कम्युनिटीज़ ऑफ कलर में डेथ रेशो की शरह जो ज़्यादा आई, उस हवाले से भी उन्होंने एक अपना तज़किया दिया। सो क्यों शरह बहुत ज़्यादा हुई, आइए इनका जवाब सुनते हैं।
Not surprising that when the COVID-19 came on the scene, when you looked at social media and chat, you saw how rumors were going around that this virus would not affect us. We know COVID-19 affects human beings. It is not about the color of your skin, your ethnicity, etc. But because of the inherent social determinants of health, and what I'm going to say here is there are conditions under which African Americans are living daily that increases chronic stress. Chronic stress decreases your immune response. We're dealing with a virus, and so some of our protection against that virus involves having a strong immune system. That's one thing. The other is the lack of access to care. Yes, in the African American community, we have comorbidities of diabetes, hypertension, respiratory illness. But the bottom line is we also, because of lack of access, you know, healthcare is a privilege in the United States. It's not a right. We don't all have access. That those diseases are also going untreated. So you have African Americans coming to this epidemic, this pandemic, with untreated comorbidities. And we cannot ignore, and this is not just exclusive to African American populations, but that's what I was asked to speak on. But if you are poor in this country and do not have the financial ability to pay for medications, you will have chronic diseases that kill you because they go untreated.
Thank you very much. ये थी अपडेट, और मैं ये समझता हूँ कि आपने बहुत से ऐसे सवालात जो कि हमसे भी लोग पूछते हैं, आपके ज़हनों में भी मौजूद होंगे। इस कॉन्फ्रेंस से हमें उनके जवाबात मालूम करने में बड़ी मदद मिली। आपको चूँकि इस वक्त की कमी और कुछ वसाइल की कमी की वजह से जवाबात जैसे थे इंग्लिश में दिए गए, वो मैंने आपके सामने वैसे बयान किए। मेरी कोशिश थी उनको उर्दू में वजाहत के साथ आपको भी बताते, लेकिन फिर भी आपके कोई सवालात हों, आप प्लीज़ इनबॉक्स में क्वेश्चन करें, हम उसकी पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि उन सवालात का जवाब दें। अब इजाज़त दीजिए। हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल को, फेसबुक पेज को भी आप प्लीज़ लाइक करें, और इस वीडियो को जितना पॉसिबल हो ज़रूर शेयर कीजिएगा। अगली वीडियो तक इजाज़त दीजिए। अल्लाह आपका हामी और नासिर हो। खुदा हाफिज़।